And welcome back to the Crypto Hulk Show. The IMF, International Monetary Fund, has now accepted cryptocurrencies all of a sudden right now. So we're going to get into that first. Why are we discussing this? Because we're seeing a shift. We're seeing a shift now. The International Monetary Fund is now classifying crypto. They don't have it all done, but they now have classifications for some cryptos. They've never had it before. They were never going to touch them before, but now all of a sudden they're coming up with this. So, I think if you've been in crypto like me, I've been in 5 years. We all knew this day would come. We all know what cryptos are good and what are not. Which ones are going to be used, which cryptos. Like right now, there's some cryptos that aren't even used at all, and they're very expensive. I got the bullshit meter for that. That's what I have that for. We're not distracted by dumb shit on this channel. We go over facts. We go over real world use case. We see what cryptos are linked up with what companies and what countries. And then we either invest or don't invest, depending on what each of us chooses. We're investing into money, and other cryptos, they're going to be like some kind of securities or yield bearing. I don't know all the names. They're going to create all these names. That's been the goal. Look, these government people, they're the ones who created all this. They know what all this stuff is. I'm going to show you what we got going on now. I'm going to show you the past and who are the sneaky little bastards that got all this stuff going. And we'll try to hopefully look to the future to see which cryptos are going to be the most fundamental. On my channel. And welcome to Crypto Hulk. They did again about 2 minutes and 15 seconds into the show. They turned us off. I'm going to go ahead and delete my YT apps. Let's go ahead and do that right now. I haven't done that for a couple days. And when you get lazy, that's when these little bastards sneak up and get you. So I'm deleting it right now. It says keep subscription. So what I'm going to do, go back to the App Store and type in the YouTube, download that, download YouTube Studio. This is what we have to do. When you go to your phone, delete your YT apps, or you would just have an app, and then just reload it again. Make sure you check the settings appropriately if you want. I just found out if you refresh it every day or every other day, it cuts down on a lot of the dumb shit that YT does. Okay. And let me go to my YouTube. I mean, it's ridiculous we got to do this, but YT knows I'm the channel with all the info, all the deep divey undercover stuff. Everybody else is afraid to do that because they're going to have to deal with this. I don't fucking care. I've worked since I was 15. I just work. That's what I do. I don't fucking care. If I want to get something, I work to get it. And I know if I produce content like I do, I know it's going to require extra work. That's just the way I look at it. I don't give a fuck. Yes. All righty. Well, we got Ben McLeod here. Thank you, Ben, very much for the tax-free donation. YT doesn't get any of it. Either does YouTube. Henry Brown comes in. Just in case I'm not up early to catch the live stream, here goes my tax-free donation because this show is valuable. And everyone hit the like button. Henry Brown gave somebody a membership, Tracy Trotter. Thank you very much for that. Now, speaking of memberships or donations, if you don't have any money if you don't want to donate any money for all this free content you're getting, at least do this to be in the recipient of good karma. Like the show. Save this episode to your favorites on YouTube. You could do that. All this costs you nothing. Share the program to your email. Share it to a friend. If you share it to your email, it's fine. And then lastly, pick about 8 episodes of Crypto Hulk and put it on the loop like a playlist, and then loop it so it's continuous. Turn the sound off, walk away, and you're done. It'll just keep running through that'll help bust that's an algorithm buster. If all the people that watch this show, which are the far vast majority of them that don't pay anything at all for the free best information, at least put 8 shows in there and put it through a loop and just let her rip every day. That would be great to helping the algorithm, and then this algorithm can reach more people to put this information out. Let me check some comments. Oh, my name's Crypto Hulk. I'm not a financial advisor, not a crypto advisor, none of the above. Everything on the show is fake. Nothing's real. Before every show, I get super fucking high. I inject so much heroin, snort a whole bunch of coke, a small mountain like Mount McKinley worth of cocaine. Drink Everclear, as strong as you can get it. And let's see, pop some roofies and take some Demerol pills and whatever I can get my hands on. Super high financial advice. Every show, even if I deep dive and if I don't never give it a disclaimer, all those, I'm just so fucking high, don't even listen to them. Okay. We are going to start. You know, if you're watching my show, it will go out. That's because YT purposely is trying to discourage you from watching my show. YT knows that this show has the best deep dives where I expose the whole fake crypto industry. They don't want you to know this stuff. They want you poor, broke, and to be a fucking beggar. So just be aware that the show's going to glitch at times. If I start talking about something really important, they're going to shut the show off and I got to go back and start it up again. These are things that happen to real deep dive channels. I'm not fazed by it. I'm fine with it. They're just trying to discourage you. It's going to require work, W-O-R-K, for you to just sit there and wait for a minute for the show to come back on. I encourage you to do that. Let's go here. J-Bone Steak. I've never heard of a J-Bone, but I've heard of a T-Bone. But thank you very much. And this person's laughing here, the little character. Let's go to our first article. Don't mention Maxine. Oh my God, seriously? That's disgusting. That's just nasty. All right, IMF. Let's go with the IMF because I want to show you something. I have a show set up, but right before this show, I got up today at 5:30. It's Sunday morning. Not a big deal, right? I got up at 5:30 and was by my computer at about 6:45. And I was like, oh, well, look at this. The International Monetary Fund Let me show you this. Like everything's getting set up. I don't have a date and a time. I don't know when the fuck this shit's going to happen. I'm not in a popular group. The people that are running the world know what's going on. And I don't know if they have a date and time either. You know what it is? Real world adoption. You've got to get all these countries hooked up. So I'm catching up with Maxine. The Win Hotel. She'll win hugely. Oh my God, Stu Lavelle. Oh my God. That is just gross, man. What's with this Maxine Waters? That's just nasty. Stu needs bed. Yeah, it's late in Australia. I think it's like 1 a.m. or 2 or let's look right here. The IMF updates global standards to include crypto in the balance of payments. Bitcoin and now notice all they talk about is Bitcoin, Ethereum. And then they mentioned Solana. But what about Ripple, who's been there for like 12 years? No, you don't talk about that. You don't talk about XRP that's been there before Ethereum. You don't talk about that. It's always Bitcoin, Ethereum, and then Solana. I forgot what they used to say. Before it was Bitcoin, Ethereum, and another dumb shit crypto, but now it's Bitcoin, Ethereum, and Solana. Anyhow, the IMF fund has overhauled its balance of payment standards to reflect the growing impact of digital assets. According to the newly released Balance of Payments Manual, 7th edition, cryptocurrencies like Bitcoin, wow, are now classified as non-produced, non-financial assets. While certain tokens are treated akin, that means like, to equity holdings. The updated manual published on March 20th marks the first time the IMF has integrated detailed guidance for digital assets into its global statistics standards. So now what we have is the International Monetary Fund, for the first time in its history, has included a kind of regulatory type breakdown of cryptocurrencies. What we are seeing now is it's starting to get set up globally. So you're not being rich tomorrow. What I'm doing right now is showing you this is a living history class of how did crypto come about. And each day, especially when Donald Trump took office, oh man, this is picking up. This business, that business, this government office, whatever, they're starting to get all coordinated, okay? We had a break for like 4 years when Biden was in office. Nothing fucking happened in the United States or around the world as far as cryptocurrency. Now we're seeing this. It says crypto without liabilities. The framework divides digital assets into fungible and non-fungible tokens, with further distinctions based on whether they have a corresponding liability. Bitcoin and similar tokens without liabilities are categorized as capital assets, while stablecoins, which are backed by liabilities, are treated as financial instruments. So imagine a Bitcoin, nothing backs it. Like I'm just showing you right here what's going down. We're seeing backed crypto, real world asset backed crypto is what's going to be the gold standard. This Bitcoin stuff, I don't know why anybody would buy that shit, honestly. Like, I'm not bashing anybody or trying to be mean or hurt people's feelings, because I don't care about your fucking feelings. This is a crypto show on how to make money. That's the only thing I care about, is making fucking money. Now, if you want to join the club, great. If not, I don't care. I'm not trying to have a groupies or have a fan club or shit like that. I'm trying to show what information does Crypto Hulk discover that you might want to know to put into your portfolio to be rich, okay? We've got right here the International Monetary Fund. Finally, I've been in crypto for 5 years. I've never seen this kind of shit before. Bitcoin is going to be classified as without asset backings. And then you're going to have stable coins, which are backed. And now the IMF is acknowledging this. They're putting it in their regulatory book, if you want to call it that. Never seen this before. Let me make sure my show is still here. Okay. Sometimes I'll just be here and the show will be off. And meanwhile, tokens with a protocol or platform such as Ethereum and Solana may be classified as equity-like holdings under the financial account. For example, if a United Kingdom investor holds Solana tokens issued from the US, the position would be recorded as equity crypto assets paralleling traditional foreign equity investments. The IMF notes that such assets, despite the reliance on cryptography, are considered comparable to standard equity in terms of ownership rights. Now, what do they talk about staking and validation services? In a nod to the complexity of staking and yield-bearing crypto activities, the IMF also stated that staking rewards earned from holding tokens may resemble equity dividends and should be recorded under current account income, depending on the holding size and purpose. The manual introduces a conceptual shift for countries compiling macroeconomic statistics. Says here, aiming to improve visibility under the economic impact. Transactions involving validations of crypto asset transfer, such as mining or staking, are to be treated as the production of services, adding them to computer services, exports, and imports. We're almost done. The BPM 7 manual was developed through global consultation involving over 160 countries and is expected to guide official statistics years to come. While implementation will vary by jurisdiction, the IMF move marks a significant step toward recognizing the macroeconomic relevance of digital assets in a standardized and globally comparable platform. Stop right there. Global crypto regulations. Remember, I was telling you for 2-3 years now, we need two things that are massively important before you get rich. Global tokenization, and right here, global regulation. They're talking here about standardization and globally comparable format. You know what a format is? All your rules and laws and organization. What you have just witnessed in this article is the IMF, an international financial organization, coming out with the beginning of what I'm going to call it a crypto framework for the entire world. These are baby steps. It's not meant to just come out and say, hey, world, here's the format. But what we have is the first time a global organization starts talking about standards. And what is this? Globally comparable format. That means every country on the same page, everybody. That is the pathway to where we get rich off this. The pathway is not a country. All these countries see crypto A, whatever that might be, as a security. Some others see it as no. Everybody has to see it as the same thing. That's what standard means. That's what globally comparable format. The IMF just released to the entire world that we are going to have a globally standard and comparable format crypto scheme. This is what was just released to the world today in the past 24 hours. Crypto Cowboy, thank you very much for that tax-free. General Hulk, thank you for what you do for all of us peasants. The peasants. So when I saw that one, I'm like, okay, now it's starting to take form. Now, this isn't the last we've heard of this IMF. What's going to happen now is all these Bank for International Settlements, FATFA, which is the Financial Action Task Force, all these agencies are going to start coming out of the blue. And the bank, and then all these just different agencies are going to come out with their own ideas. They're all going to interconnect. We're seeing now a global interconnecting has just started. I have not seen ever in 5 years, except for right now, and this is why I'm seeing this trend. I'm seeing where we have the IMF coming out. I'm coming out for the world to see. Crypto Hulk, you aren't singing or auditioning for American Idol, are you? Is that a trick question? But this is what I'm saying. And yeah, the BIS and all that. So this is a very positive sign. It's very positive now. The whole world These organizations, there's about 7 of them. FATFA, BIS, IMF, World Bank, and so there's about 7 or 8 global organizations. World Economic Forum is going to help assist. You already know. And this is the beginning, everybody, of global acceptance of crypto or definitions. And I see in the United States, I mean, I've been telling you already, the United States Code, right? We don't have anything in there. And all this is done on purpose because our government is Ripple, and they're setting up the whole world stage. And once the world stage gets set up, then the United States has crypto regulations. That means our government is done. It's kind of sad and it's kind of good. The sad part is one day when you see Congress and we officially have crypto regulations, this whole crypto thing's over. The bad part is, and we're live, and we're back again. Only timed out twice in 21 minutes. YT kicked us off twice in 21 minutes. But now we're averaging about 11 minutes instead of 15, the normal. But what I'm showing you here is this whole thing is starting to come together. Imagine puzzles on a jigsaw. They're all over the table and they start all kind of moving together. That's what I'm seeing happening. Now, there's good and bad with that. The good is that we eventually end up rich. That's our plan. The bad part is if your crypto gets hacked, whatever it is, and you want to go back and get more, it's kind of like you can't go back and get more because these prices are going to be insanely high. You want to get an XRP, maybe it's at $500. You're going to wish the days were $2.30 XRP. I'm going to wish for the days of a 15-cent XRP. Those days will never happen again. And this is what's going to happen as we get closer. I just showed you that the IMF is coming out with, let's call them definitions and guidelines. What they're going to do, they've already got 160 countries on board. The IMF is helping to coordinate this whole thing. They got 106. I think how many countries are in the world? 205 or something. So they're almost there. They're like 80%. Now, we don't have the full crypto regs, but what I'm showing you is this. It's starting to come together. We're at the tail end of all the cheap crypto, and the party is almost getting ready to get started, and they're going to stop selling tickets pretty soon. One of these days, all this stuff takes off, and no more cheap crypto. It's done. You will not be allowed to own certain kinds of crypto, and if you do, the bank's going to have to hold it for you. So it's kind of like right now with stocks and bonds. You don't have the stock certificate. They hold it for you. See how that works? So when you get on the shit list with the government, they just contact your investment company and say, hey, give us that. See, the power comes in when you hold your crypto, and there's hardware wallets and there's Caleb and Brown and stuff. And now there's also susceptibilities if wallets get hacked and so forth. So that's why I don't put everything in my hardware wallet. I got a Caleb and Brown where I put my other half. But these are all things you're going to have to pick. And some people may say, well, a lot of the digital asset investor admits now he doesn't hold anything on private ledgers. But yet he used to promote Ledger, didn't he? Yes, he did. For like a year or two, he would be promoting the Ledger stuff. And all of a sudden now, just like all these people stop doing what they, but whatever. Fire Guy Dale, welcome to the entry-level membership. So there's your IMF article. I'm going to click out of that article. We're going to the next one. Let me look. Right here, coming out of the Middle East. See, Ripple is like there is no way this Ripple company is what it says it is. If you actually believe Ripple's just a little startup company, right? I want you to get this. If you're that naive to believe that Ripple came out of San Francisco, it's just the startup company and da-da-da. But my question is, why am I the only one showing you about Ripple Russia, Ripple China? Date 2013-14. Now, just logically speaking, how do you get a startup company to get hooked up with China and Russia? Ripple literally made the Chinese central bank digital currency, the Chinese yuan. In 2013, they announced it. China announced they had a central bank digital currency, I think in 2018, but they never told anybody who made it. Then Crypto Hulk comes around some years later and says, hey, everybody, look what I found. Ripple China. And I show, why aren't these people that have, that are so smart, supposedly, and all that, and have hundreds of thousands of subscribers, why don't they show you all this stuff? Why am I the only one for the past 3 years ago? I started talking about Ripple China, Ripple Russia, and all these connections. The other day, I showed you how Jeb McCaleb had dark money and shit in Mt. Gox. And I mean, eventually they burned up 50 billion stellars. And then, I mean, that's not shady, I guess, right? And then I just show you how Ripple had all this. If you're on a public server, use this test net, this. But if you're on a private server, I mean, it's kind of like, what the hell, man? It's like, I'm the only one showing all this. Not saying I'm smart or nothing. I was literally showing it myself. I'll tell you what. I was clicking on some stuff. And then the powers that be, the power of the universe or God or Jesus, or whatever you want to call it, or I don't care what your religion is. You don't have to care what mine is, you know. But I'm just sitting there on the computer, and then I just stumble upon this. And I'm like, what the hell is this? How to make your keys for your Ripple wallet. You can make your own keys, and they got private servers, public servers, and, you know, secret this or secret that. I don't necessarily look for these things. They just pop up. I literally was starting to look at something like, how did I find this? Let's look here at the Middle Eastern. Ripple is in the Middle East. Let's get out with this article. But we got Bomba 41. Says here, been a viewer for 4 weeks. Love the show. Keep doing what you do. It's small donations. Still stacking XRP, XLM, HBAR, Algorand, XDC, and FYT. Don't want karma to bite me in the ass. Appreciate that. It's very time consuming. Try to do what I do. It takes a lot of time. I mean, it kind of shows. You watch my program for an hour, it's just loaded with facts and stuff. Then everybody else has these 15-minute teaser videos that don't really dig deep into nothing. Then they all want you to go to some kind of channel where you got to pay. Interesting. it's almost like, well, why do you have this news when I got to pay for the? Why don't I just go to the other channel and watch the real? I don't know. What do I know, right? Augustus, member for 16 months. Grateful for your hard work, deep dives, great community of cognitive superior people. 16 months sure goes by fast. Every day we're closer to the flippening of the global financial system. Thanks, Hulk, again. So here we are in this article in the Middle East. Fintech gaming and healthcare capture venture interest. Now, this company's called Fizz Out. Can't quite read that. Startups across the Middle East and North Africa continue to attract investor interest, with fintech, gaming, and healthcare ventures securing significant funding rounds. United Arab Emirates-based NIM-Card, that's NYM Card, all one word. They raised $33 million in a Series B funding round led by QED investors, with participation from Lunate, Dubai Future District Fund, and the Mashreq Bank, Ripple Partner, as well as Knollwood, Reciprocal, and FJ Labs. Now, I haven't had time to deep dive all these companies. I picked one of them. I picked one of these investors, and then bam, massive Ripple partner. So if I were to check the other ones, I'm not saying they're all Ripple partners, but I'd find deep connections. Endeavor, Shahrukh Partners, and Oracea Capital also took part. I could have deep dived those three and figured out more. Founded in 2018. Oh, wow. By Omar Ansi, and NIM-Card provides fintech companies with API-based solutions to integrate financial services into their applications. The latest investment will enable the company to expand across more than 10 markets in the region and enhance its payment infrastructure to serve banks, enterprises, fintechs, and telecom providers. This investment is a testament to the strength of our technology. Let me scroll down through here. With the backing of our investors, we will continue pushing the boundaries of payments. And so the backing of their investors, this company here, what Ripple's doing is getting their technology and just getting it into these areas, okay? Let's look here into Mashreq Bank. Now, if you do a Ripple search, if you do a Google search, I'm going to show you the keywords to look for right here. I did a Ripple search. I typed in Mashreq Bank plus Ripple, and I put that in your top chat right there. So I have the AI give me the answer. Mashreq Bank, a UAE-based financial institution, has been collaborating with Ripple. There you go. So there's where they're getting all their technology. Ripple, a fintech company, to explore and implement solutions in the digital asset and blockchain space, including a recent focus on enhancing cross-border payments and digital banking services. Mashreq and the DIFC Innovation Hub hosted a roundtable discussion with Ripple, focusing on digital assets and their potential within the commercial banking, including cross-border settlements, treasury management, and tokenization. What we're seeing, what you are going to continue to see, everybody, is businesses and governments holding a stockpile of crypto, and in my opinion, it won't be Bitcoin or Ethereum. Eventually, in the beginning, it will, but then after that, all the good cryptos, and then they'll know which ones. It's going to be probably your ISO 20022 cryptos. That is your AI link for that. Now let's look at news for Mosrek Bank. And it shows a partnership right here. Let's do a copy and a paste. Now, it's this SIM bank or this NIM bank or whatever. Let's take a look right here. Who are their partners? Well, Mosrek Bank is a heavy investor into this NIM card thing or whatever, but Mosrek Bank teams up with MasterCard for a digital bank launch in Pakistan. So we've got MasterCard involved. CryptoHawk, show us the connection with MasterCard. Well, that one's easy. Let me do a copy and a paste. Right there. ED Entertainment, welcome to the 2024 crypto explosion level. Then we got Z McPherson, welcome to the entry level membership. Jason Frank says, can't work with Kevin Brown in New York. What's the workaround? Well, find a friend in a friend or a family member in another area, and they can join up. And I can't tell you how to get around laws because that would be illegal. It would be illegal if you used their account. So don't do it. So there's Mosrek with MasterCard. MasterCard partners with Ripple. Swipe your debit card to use XRP. So there's your XRP connection right there. Now, we're talking about MasterCard. We're talking about Mosrek a lot here, more so than that NIM card. And that's okay because I want you to see NIM card is utilizing Mosrek. Mosrek is kind of like the big Ripple partner that is getting all this to work. So look right there. XRP Preacher gave a tax-free donation. Thank you very much for that. So look right here. Wait, Stu Lavelle gave 10 memberships. I'm going to finish this article really quick, and we'll go over the 10. So to wrap up the article, we've got Ripple, who's basically the United States government or conglomeration of governments, goes into the Middle East. Well, in the Middle East, they don't want America running shit. So what Ripple does is hook up with a bank called Mosrek. And Mosrek utilizes all the crypto services, and then they can go into the Middle Eastern people and deal with them. So Ripple doesn't have to just control every single bank. You've got these banks, because it's kind of like this. If a Chinese bank came into the United States, we don't want them owning everything and telling everybody what to do. So what if we did this? What if the Chinese bank hooked up with one company and they kind of like worked with all the others? It's a little bit different that way. So that's what's going on. Now in Dubai, Mosrek Bank reports listen to this, 24% increase in revenue. I'll tell you what, if you're a bank, see, here's how this is going to spread. When the rest of the world's banks, now here's what I'm telling you, everybody, first mover advantage in all these things. We want to invest in either cryptos that are working with Ripple or companies that are working directly with Ripple, preferably. Those are the ones that are going to take off first, okay? Here you got a Dubai bank called Mosrek, who's already making 24% increase in pay. So imagine if you're a business and you increase 24% in revenue, like you're a genius, okay? Mosrek Bank reports a 24% increase in revenue. They reached almost $4 billion in revenue because they're utilizing Ripple. You know what's going to create a high-priced XRP? When all these banks start buying up XRP and utilizing Ripple services, because if you're a competitor bank if Mashrek Bank is your competitor and you see, oh shit, they just made 24% more money, I want what Mashrek Bank is doing. That's what all these banks are going to do, everybody. And that's where the increase in the XRP, like, look, all these banks aren't saying, yeah, we want Ethereum. Let me ask a question. Are all the banks in the world, because the banks have the money, I don't care what investments Bitcoin, I don't care how much Bitcoin costs, right? It doesn't mean shit to me. What means shit to me is all the banks in the world, why do they not have Ethereum partnerships like this? Why are all these articles I'm reading, it's always Ripple right there hooking up, it's not Ethereum. These companies running on Ethereum aren't increasing 24%. I'm not seeing any articles like that at all, ever. Yeah, this bank says, or this financial company says that they're using Ethereum and their profits just went up 25%. I'm not seeing any of that at all. Never, ever, ever. It's always Ripple. Just so you know. Now, Stu Lavelle gave 10 memberships. Let me go back. Okay, Stu Lavelle gave 10 memberships. We've got BC, got a membership by Stu Lavelle. Hayden Bell. Then we got Sickbot, got another membership. Jodvin Sunhu got a membership by Stu Lavelle. Kane. Then Tyler Creighton. Robert J. got a membership by Stu Lavelle. Albert Surovic, BBT Trucking. And then G Hop got a membership. Then MK_P gave a late fee. Very, very well. Come on into class. Now XRP Preacher comes in to give 5 people memberships. And we got Lizzie B. Welcome to the channel. AJ, Chris Reichert, Shane Little. Those people got memberships by XRP Preacher, along with Jason Random. And welcome back again to Crypto Hawk. This is like the 3rd or 4th time already in 45 minutes, just about right. That YT cuts the program off, trying to discourage people, but we don't give a fuck. We stay right here, and that's how it's done. Henry Brown gave 1 person a membership. Thomas Moss. And then ED Entertainment, thank you very much for the tax-free donation. Let's look here. Henry Brown gave a tax-free donation at Stu Lavelle. Imagine crypto regs drop, then we can get yields on our XRP when we let Chase or BofA custody our crypto and it's insured. See, that's what I'm doing. Like, I'm not caring about some people are like, Crypto Hulk, I'm trying to earn interest on my crypto. I'm like, dude, that's so fucking stupid right now. Wow. All right. Now, Stu Lavelle says, giddy up. Stu Lavelle gave a tax-free donation, and he's saying, giddy up. I'm going to show you something right now. Let me look for a sec here. This is important. Let's talk about money in the bank. Let me try to find this article. Okay, where is it at? Proof of work mining does not constitute securities, gold-backed stable coins. No, that leads us into I guess I can't find it. Well, okay. Oh, here it is. Here it is. Now I'm going to show you this article, and I have to give it a separate disclaimer for this because this could land me up in jail. If I say it the wrong way, I could end up in jail for this. So let me. Okay. Now, what I'm about to tell you is I'm going to show you here what you don't want to do is put money in a safe deposit box because that is illegal according to the United States government, the OCC, the Office of the Comptroller of the Currency. If you put cash money into a safe deposit box instead of putting it into a bank account, that's illegal. I just want to put that out there. When I read you this story, you're going to ask me, so Crypto Hulk, what we're saying is we should put money in the safe deposit box. I'm not saying that. What I'm saying is putting cash money into a safe deposit box is illegal. Okay. Now, let me read you this article here, and then I'm going to tell you what some people do that's illegal. But I'm telling you just what some people do is illegal. It's all that I'm saying, okay? JP Morgan Chase, Wells Fargo, and Bank of America customers are holding almost $3 trillion in uninsured deposits as Americans pour cash into unprotected accounts. I want you to hear this. The national debt is at $27 trillion. Americans have $3 trillion sitting in just these three banks that's not insured. Okay. Imagine putting your money, think how dumb this is. You put your money into a bank that's not insured. You're only insured up to $250,000 per account. If you got $1 million in a bank account, you're only insured $250,000 out of that million. That means you could lose $700,000. I mean, shit, your best option is maybe buy property or something like that, or just something, because you could actually lose all your money. I want you to know something. When you put $1 million in the bank, that bank, for all those people out there got all this money in the bank, they fractional reserve lending is what it's called. Your $1 million is considered bank property. I don't know if you're aware of that. Your $1 million in a bank is considered bank property if they ever go bankrupt. If something were to ever happen. Now, fractional reserve lending means what? Well, you got $1 million in the bank and there might only be 50,000 left. The bank loans out almost that whole million. If something were to happen, boom, there's no money in the bank. You're not getting your money. Well, you get 250,000, maybe. It depends on how much the FDIC has in their savings account to pay you back. I know they say you're insured to 250. But if something were to happen in the United States and we have a banking emergency, you think they're going to be able to pay everybody back who's got 250,000? No. So basically, that's not a safe place to put your money into a standard bank account. Now, I say that for a reason. I didn't say keeping your money in a bank is bad. I said keeping your money in a standard bank account is bad, okay? It's what got to listen and pay attention to what I say. So they're talking about $2.62 trillion in uninsured cash. Now, let me tell you, you can lose all your money in a bank. If you have a standard bank account, you put your money in. GHOP gave 10 people membership. Let's back it up to David Knight. What about Michael Knight? I guess David doesn't have Michael hanging out. David, thank you very much for the tax-free donation to the channel. Appreciate that. Then we got G-Hop gave 10 people memberships. We got Release Bogus, Brian Adamus, DGS Crypto, Dan got a membership from G-Hop. And then Toneless Moke. Then Krem got a membership by G-Hop. You Wish. Cody got a membership by G-Hop. Edgar Aguirre got a membership from G-Hop. And finally, Janice Charles got a membership from G-Hop. Okay, listen now. So I'm going to wrap the article up. Crypto Hulk, what do? Let's say you've got a lot of money in the bank. Or let's say you've only got 5 or 10,000 and you don't want to lose it all, right? Now, I'm going to say this again. If you put money in a safe deposit box, that's illegal. It's called money laundering. That's illegal. I'm not telling you to put money in a safe deposit box. I'm not telling you to put money in a safe deposit box. I just want to make sure that's very clear because I know this is being recorded. Now, if you got $1 million, what some people do is put that $1 million in a safe deposit box in the bank and not in a standard account. Why do some people do that illegally? Because I just told you, if you put your money in a standard bank account and the bank goes bankrupt, your money pays the bank's debt back, which means you're not getting any money back. Now, if your money's in a safe deposit box, you just go to your safe deposit box, get the money and pull it out and you got it all. See, when you put money in a bank, most people like you and me want the money safe and protected, right? What the banks do, they're like, oh, we got investment money. So they take your money, invest it in all these things. The bank makes a fuck ton of money. They give you 15 cents when they make 15 million. The reason they pay you a little teeny bit is because they try to justify what they do. Oh, we're going to go earn money. We're going to go earn millions and give you like $1 or $2 in return. Well, see, we're paying you interest. But when you go to your bank, there's nothing there. I know people that are rich. They got 200,000-300,000 in their bank, 400,000. And they went to their bank one day and they can only pull out like 10 or 15,000 of it. That's it. The bank's like, well, we don't really have it here. They've loaned it all out. So so let's say we don't have $1 million. Okay, so first off, illegally, and it's illegal to do this, what do some rich people do? They get a big old fat safe deposit box, get the money and get it all organized and counted and packed tight together and put it in the safe deposit box, and you could probably put $1 million in there. Then when the bank goes bankrupt, at least you can go to your safe deposit box. Okay, so that's what some people do illegally. Let me thank Daniel S. Thank you for the tax-free donation. Dodd-Frank Act of 2010. Money in the bank is the bank's. The money you have in the bank belongs to the bank. That's from what's called the Dodd-Frank Act of 2010. So the next time we have a financial crisis, which we will, the bank gets to take your money legally. That's what Dodd-Frank is. We had an economic collapse in 2008. 2 years later, they said, okay, next time the banks go bankrupt, we'll let the banks use all the money of the people to pay off the bills. That's illegal. Our government, the United States, is horrible. Now, what some people do is they'll take all their cash. So let's say you're somebody, like Crypto Hulk, I only have 5 or 10,000 in the bank. Now, what some people do, which is illegal as well, is they take that 5 or 10,000, take it out of a traditional bank account, put it into the safe deposit box, and now you're guaranteed to get your 5 or 10,000 back, and the bank can take 2 middle fingers, okay? Now, that's illegal to do. Don't do it. I want to make sure I'm saying this very clearly. I'm not aiding and abetting or advising you on how to do illegal shit. I'm telling you not to do that, okay? What I want you to do is put all your money in the bank, and then when the bank goes bankrupt, you lose all your money. That's what I want you to do. Instead of putting your money in a safe deposit box and getting 100% of it back, I want you to put all your money in the bank and then lose it all, okay? So just make sure you understand the distinction of what's legal and what's illegal. It's all I'm trying to do here. Next, Eric M., smash the like button. We're at 56 minutes. What do I want to do next? I got about time for one more article. There's a good chance I could make another show tonight at 5 o'clock p.m. I'll see. Let me look here. Okay, one last article. I got a mini deep dive. I'm going to show you again how fucked up the SEC is. And that roundtable group that they have, those people are so fucking stupid, everybody. That SEC roundtable are a bunch of Gary Gensler groupies who all they want to do is turn crypto into securities. What they need to do with that SEC roundtable is fire all those people and put brand new people in. And you can nominate me, I'll do it. If you guys nominate me and get me in that roundtable, then I'll do it. Hi, everybody. Greetings from Italy. Love your content, Crypto Hulk. And that's JJ. Okay, SEC, here we go. First off, I got to hit this button. Seriously? Okay, we're going to talk about the SEC. The SEC says this: proof of work mining does not constitute securities dealing. So we know that Bitcoin and Ethereum at one point were both proof of work, okay? I'm going to show you evidence where Ethereum, that was proof of work at the time, was a security, and it still is one, but I'm not going to show that part. I'm going to show you this first part here. The SEC says proof of work does not constitute securities dealing. Well, that's bullshit because we don't have crypto laws in this country, and the SEC can't tell us what crypto is, okay? It can't. The Commodities Future Trading Commission cannot tell us what crypto is. We don't have laws in the United States Code. The IRS cannot tax you because they don't know what crypto is because it's not in the United States Code. Got it? All right. The securities regulator, SEC, has clarified its stance on so-called covered crypto assets and protocol mining involving public permissionless proof of work networks. The United States Securities Exchange Commission, Division of Corporate Finance, the same people that, like from Bill Hemmen, who said that Ethereum was sufficiently whatever it was and it's not a security, that dude's so fucking high, has clarified its view on proof of work, arguing that such activities do not constitute the offer and sale of securities. Now, I'm going to stop with that for a second. So I'm going to explain some stuff for brand new people that might not know what the hell I'm talking about. Back in the old days when crypto was in the Stone Age, 2009, there was something called proof of work, and it required other people to do work so that you could make a profit. To me, sounds like a security. if you go back into the Securities Act of 1933, it says just that, and I'll kind of summarize it. We have a law in the United States. It's for the SEC, and it's called the Securities Act of 1933. And what it states is that if you, in conjunction with another person, are working together, and that other person does some work, and you make a profit because you're investing in something, and that's a security, okay? And it came from like the Howey test. So people invested in an orange grove, and the orange grove produced oranges, and they sold them, and they give some of the profits to the people who invested in the orange grove. Get it? So what if I buy some Bitcoin and some miners do some mining, they produce profits, which makes the Bitcoin price go up? It's something similar to that, okay? I'm not going to give a lesson here on the Securities Act and how it directly relates, but it's pretty close to the same thing. Now, what's interesting is here is the Ethereum when it was proof of work. We're taking it back to about 2016 right now. I want you to see this. I just kind of showed you what the Securities Act of 1933 was, and I kind of broke down how crypto mining works very briefly. So let's look right here. Go to the 9-second mark. 9-second mark. What do we got here? Terms and conditions of the Ethereum Genesis sale. Are you hearing this? This is ethereum.org. You can see it right there. Terms and conditions. What we have here is an illegal securities sale. But wait a second, Crypto Hulk. No, the article says, let's read the article. The SEC says proof of work mining does not constitute securities dealing. So what we got here is Ethereum selling their crypto, which is proof of work. So you're buying the crypto, but in order for it to work, they got to do work. Well, it sounds like it's like a service then or something, doesn't it? Yeah. Well, what we have here is we're talking about an Ethereum Genesis sale. They're selling a crypto. Now, if you read the article even more, I'm not going to show the whole thing due to time. This will take me 20 minutes to make this case. But what you're going to see is Ethereum was selling Ethereums so they can put it back into Ethereum to make it better. And they're talking about price increase. That's a security. I have the evidence right here. I mean, you can't argue with this. Here's the actual fucking sales receipt. Look what they're doing. They're giving disclosure. Warning, do not purchase Ethereum if you are not an expert in dealing with cryptographic tokens and blockchain software system. Warning, cryptographic tokens of value may experience extreme volatility in pricing. Warning, the purchase of Ethereum has a number of risks. And if you keep going through this thing, you'll see that they're selling Ethereum to improve the Ethereum system. That is a security right there. That's Ethereum. Now, let's look at this next clip. And I'm done, and I'll show you why I showed you all this in a second here. If you look here at the 21-second mark, 21-second mark, what do you see here? We see an Ethereum roadmap. Okay. That's not a security at this point. They're just showing you a roadmap for the company. Okay. Next, we see to learn more about our plans, look under the intended use of revenue. Now it's starting to maybe sound like it could be a security, right? Remember, this is proof of work right here now. The next paragraph thing says terms of the Ether sale. Wait a minute. Now it's really starting to get like a contract, isn't it? Terms and conditions of the Ethereum Genesis sale. Last, what do we see here last? The Ether product purchase agreement. Now we're at 100% security right here. Ethereum is a security. I'm showing you proof with this page and the other page that I had. That other one I go on for 5 minutes. I could show that for 5 minutes right there. So what did I just do? I showed you this. That's bullshit. So we got the SEC coming out March 20th, 2025 saying this. They say SEC says proof of work mining does not constitute securities dealing. What did I just show you? A proof of work website, a crypto platform, having terms and conditions, giving you warnings and disclaimers, talking about a roadmap, how they're going to spend the money, the terms and conditions, and you get a product purchase agreement, all of which is screaming securities. At the same time, the SEC is like, Ethereum's not a security. I'm like, are you fucking serious? Like, I just showed you all the evidence right there. This is what I'm talking about. I don't care what happens. If you watch my program, I just show you facts. I'm not here to sell you a used car. I'm here to show you facts that no other channel has. There is nobody showing any kind of facts like Crypto Hulk. Why? Because I have the best deep dive channel in the galaxy, by the way. My job is to educate you, show you facts, and let you make your own decision. If you want my opinion, you'll definitely get it. But at least what I'm doing, what no other channel is doing, is I'm showing you all this evidence and saying, you decide. You decide if you think you want to invest in Ethereum. Hey, I can't tell you why all these prices are high with the dumb shit cryptos. And the good cryptos, the prices are low. So what am I doing? I'm taking advantage of it. When I get paid in crypto from Caleb and Brown. And then I basically have a sign that says, we'll work for crypto. That's what I do. I take my compensation from Caleb and Brown and I buy crypto. I'm 5 years behind because I haven't bought crypto for about 4.5 years. So I'm now catching up on shit that I should have done 4.5 years ago. But for whatever reasons, I'm not getting into it now. But now that I have institutional custody, Caleb Brown is the sponsor. If you look at the beginning of every top chat, you'll see it. If you go to my program, look right below in the bottom left corner, there's a link, Caleb and Brown. And you can get the cryptos you need from there. But what I'm showing you here is there's some kind of a plan, and I don't know what it is. I think it's a distraction plan. I think the people at the top, it's definitely a distraction on this channel. They try to kick you off my channel every 15 minutes. But what I do is I just show you the evidence. You can decide for yourself. Maxine blows for crypto. Looks like we aren't going to get rid of this Maxine thing, are we? But 1:05 a.m., I guess that's the time in the Philippines. Stu's got to go to sleep. I've got to end this show. It's over an hour. I just wanted to show you all the connections. The SEC roundtable, those people are dumb as fuck. The SEC, fire all these people. All of them. I'd be willing to go work for the SEC if you got me hired, but that ain't going to happen. I don't know if they'd be able to handle Crypto Hulk because I'm just straight up, let's just do fact-based shit. I'm not selling out for nothing unless I get a really good tequila sponsor. And I got $1,000 bottles of tequila. Well, I'm going to probably sell out at that point, just being honest. But let me work on tonight's show. Let me see what I can pull together. If I can make a show tonight, I'll probably make it at 5:00 p.m. That's about what, 9 hours from now? Yeah, something like that. 9 hours-ish. Maxine is a show sponsor. Oh my God, these people are not going to let this Maxine Waters thing go. She's just a scary thought to think of. All right, wait, hold on. Daniel, Hulk meme coin. Yeah, man. You know what? If somebody knew somebody who ran a tequila dispensary and they could make a Crypto Hulk tequila that's really good, maybe something around $500 a bottle. That's, well, $500. That's kind of a lot. Maybe like $250 a bottle. and it has a cool bottle, and the tequila is really, really good. And I'd have to verify that's good, but it'd be a collectible, and we're talking like 5, 6, 7-year-old tequila, just something that's like really, really good for $250. That would be way cool. But anyhow, then we could like have a little Crypto Hulk tequila. And it would be way better. The Patron's garbage, all that stuff is, but just something that's good. But anyhow, I got to go. I got to get stuff going. And I'm going to try to have a show on the PM, and I'll see you then.